Most people misunderstand attraction because they confuse emotion with expression. They think if someone admires you, they'll show it. They think interest naturally turns into action. They think silence means absence. But psychology tells us something far more uncomfortable. Silence often means control, not lack of feeling. When admiration is shallow, it leaks out quickly. When admiration is deep, it becomes guarded. This happens because real admiration creates internal pressure. The moment a woman begins to admire you, she is no longer just reacting, she is evaluating. Not judging you harshly, but subconsciously asking, how do I feel when I'm around him? Do I feel calm or tense? Do I feel safe or alert? These questions do not create excitement, they create pause. In American culture especially, people are taught emotional independence. Showing interest too quickly can feel like losing control. So admiration doesn't explode outward, it compresses inward. She starts paying attention in ways she doesn't even fully realize. She watches how you handle silence, humor, frustration, being ignored, being respected, and this stage is quiet. Nothing dramatic happens here, but everything important begins here. This is why most people miss the signs, because they're waiting for something obvious. But admiration doesn't begin loudly, it begins carefully. This is one of the most misunderstood psychological patterns. When admiration starts, people expect reactions to grow. But what actually grows first is attention. She starts noticing your micro-expressions, your tone changes when you're quiet for no reason, when your energy shifts. But instead of reacting, she becomes still. Why? Because admiration activates vulnerability, and vulnerability activates self-control. Psychologists call this heightened self-regulation. She doesn't want to reveal too much, she doesn't want to misstep, she doesn't want to feel exposed, so she listens more and speaks less. She watches more, reacts less. People who don't care act freely. People who care deeply slow themselves down. That restraint is not distance, it's emotional discipline. Sign number 2. Her emotional openness changes with privacy in group settings. She may blend in. She might seem neutral, sometimes even uninterested. But remove the audience and the change is undeniable. Her attention becomes focused. Her responses become thoughtful. Her presence becomes intentional. This happens because admiration feels risky in public. Public spaces introduce social judgment, misinterpretation, loss of emotional control, so admiration hides. But in private, the emotional guard loosens. Psychology calls this situational emotional safety. She is not inconsistent. She is strategic without realizing it. And this contrast, public calm, private depth, is one of the strongest signs of hidden admiration. Eye contact that carries emotional weight. Eye contact is one of the few behaviors humans can't fully control. When admiration exists, attention naturally returns. She may look at you when you speak. Even if others are talking, hold eye contact slightly too long. Look away quickly as if she noticed herself looking. This is not confusion. This is attention gravity. Her mind is pulled toward you while her control tries to pull back. Words can lie, posture can lie, but attention almost never lies. Emotional reactions without emotional statements. She reacts but subtly. A soft smile, a change in tone, a relaxed posture when you speak, but she avoids clear compliments. Why? Because once admiration is verbalized, it becomes real, and real things can be rejected. So instead, she communicates through micro-reactions. Psychology calls this implicit emotional signaling. She is emotionally involved without being emotionally exposed. She remembers things that don't matter, except emotionally she remembers. Something you mentioned casually, a preference you never repeated, a story with no practical value. This matters because memory is selective. The brain stores information based on emotional relevance, not usefulness. If she remembers insignificant details about you, it means her brain quietly marked you as important. That doesn't happen accidentally. Teasing that feels warm, not competitive. Her teasing never attacks your identity, never embarrasses you, never lowers your value. Instead, it creates comfort. This kind of teasing is a form of safe intimacy. It allows connection without confession, play without pressure. Psychologically, it signals comfort mixed with curiosity. Sign number 7. She keeps emotional proximity without labels. She finds reasons to stay connected. Short conversations, casual messages, moments that feel spontaneous but repeat. These are low-risk proximity behaviors. She wants closeness, not exposure. Connection, not pressure. This is how admiration stays alive without becoming vulnerable too soon. The final psychological truth. This is the core message. When a woman secretly admires you, she is not deciding whether she likes you. She is deciding whether it feels safe to like you. She observes your consistency, your emotional stability, how you handle uncertainty, and the most powerful thing you can do is not interrupt that process. No forcing clarity, no chasing validation, no emotional pressure, because admiration doesn't grow in chaos. It grows in calm, patience, and grounded presence.